I kind of stayed out of the high pressure stuff, but it was very difficult. It was very difficult to stay out of the high pressure stuff.
Went through this phase in our journey of what we were taught of what I call like douchey selling, where it works and you're getting clients, but you kind of feel just like a douche and it's inauthentic and you're using these tactics and you feel like you're manipulating people, and often it's either you learned it from some coach or some mentor, or you see it working for people, but at the end of the day it doesn't feel like you. But there's a tendency to think you got to be this way to make the sale. So Jeremy and I are here today to shatter that idea. And I'd love first, Jeremy, if you're open to sharing just a little bit of your journey through douchey selling into more of what, we kind of described off air as a giver style, a more collaborative, what I would call like a doctor frame. And it blows people away because it's a zero pressure selling, and people think, how can you sell in the absence of pressure? But I'd love to hear just a little bit about your journey and how you kind of went through that whole. Tell me about the douchey phase and how that's kind of brought you to now.
Well, for me, the douchey phase was more of an uninformed phase and then anytime I had a manager that was telling me how I had to sell, they had scripts and they were kind of douchey scripts, and it was annoying, and I got in trouble for changing the scripts on the fly. Yeah. So I resisted that hard enough that it was, I kind of stayed out of the high pressure stuff, but it was very difficult. It was very difficult to stay out of the high pressure stuff because everybody was telling you this is how to do it. You've got the Russ Brunsons, you've got the Russ Ruffinos back then. You had the Grant Cardone extreme pressure Scientology style selling sort of stuff. You've got so many the Jordan Belfort Wolf of Wall Street, that I know a fair number of people that idolize that man, even though he's scamming people to this day in Australia and in the US. Like, he hasn't reformed. So there's all kinds of stuff that you can buy that's very high pressure things. I think I started learning how to sell after I started selling. Yes. So I started selling to lawyers door to door, wearing a tie in 98 degrees Georgia, South Georgia summers.
And humid as fuck on top of that.
Yeah, seriously. I always said it was 98 degrees, 98% humidity, and 2% mosquitoes. Yeah. And I got out of there as soon as I figured out what I actually wanted from geography, and North Carolina is it for me. So I'm happy here.
Can I just add though, like real quick, I don't want to cut you off entirely, but just for those of you guys who've been through it, it's a total blessing and a curse, because usually when you're going through the phase Jeremy is describing, you're actually financially winning. Like, you're making sales following these douchey scripts, but like something about it just doesn't jive with you. Anyway, sorry, please continue.
Yeah, that's one of the tricky things about it, is you do the thing you hate and you win. And it's like, oh, am I just wrong? Am I wrong for hating this? Am I flawed on the internals? Like, do I have bad beliefs around this stuff? I'm telling you, no, 100% no, you don't have bad beliefs around this stuff when there's something like this that just does not jive. Yes, practicing is awkward. Yes, scripting is awkward. Yes, improv is awkward. Yes, public speaking is one of the things that people are more afraid of than dying or heights or things like that. So there are things that feel really weird as you get started. That's not what I'm talking about here. I'm talking about, enough about what's going on. You've had enough success to know, no, this is real. This does not align with my personality. This does not align with the way I want to operate.
Hey guys, if you like this video, you'll probably also like our free Facebook group, Beyond Agency Profits, Agency Lifestyle Design. You can get free copies of the book inside here. I look ridiculous. We're doing weekly Q&As, giving answers to all your questions. Some of the best, smartest, brightest people. We've got lots of industry leaders doing 7, 8 figures and beyond. It's a literal who's who of the brightest agency owners that I know, as well as lots of tips on scaling and stuff, books that work. So if you're not already part of it, you're going to want to be part of it. So make sure to click the link. I put it in the description of the video as well as in the pinned top comment below. So just scroll down and you can join, and it's totally free.